Yo, what's happening? Welcome back. Let's fire up some tables. We're on the back of a just over one buy and win. So let's see if we can keep this up. How's everybody doing? What's everybody doing? What are you all doing for Christmas? You guys seeing family? You staying at home? I mean, the pubs are not open. Well, I doubt they're going to be open. So, I mean, against a small lead like this, you could definitely put pressure on and raise massively. I think this time we're just going to fold. I think we tanked too long. We could for sure put in a large raise there. Okay, we're going to see a flop. Flop medium pair. Don't have any backdoor flush draws. Villain checks. Don't expect him to check unless he has like ace ten of ace ten of spades. Here we're gonna raise. I think we should probably bet this. Sorry, the phone just went. Let's put that on mute. I mean, when he checks this back, in position. Don't think he has. I mean, he won't have king queen. It's very rare. I mean, it's unlikely he has ace king. Unlikely he has flush draws, any backdoor flush draws. So it's more like an ace rag hand or um, maybe a small pocket pair. Could be completely wrong. Let's have a look. It's the wrong table. Calling from the small blind. I think I like a bet here, sizing up slightly. Blocking some value hands. Have some back doors. The 8 shouldn't improve my hands at all. So we're going to check. And then versus check, I think we can bet half pot, try and fold out any fives or any busted flush draws or any ace highs. Expect to lose to a jack some of the time. Queen jack's one of those. I mean, that is the type of hand he is going to call out the small blind. Queen jack suited. But we do block that, but we're going to fold this. Aces. There's a limp. We're going to do 4 big blinds. We get a call. Let's hope this guy shoves. He doesn't. King high. We're just going to see bet. I don't want to necessarily call. We could call actually, but I don't want to see a heart roll off. So I'm just going to shove. Hold, please. Unlucky yes. Pocket fives, we can just muck. Not sure about this. I honestly don't know how to play against that. Maybe that's a call. I don't know. I mean, are we ever raising that sizing? Are we only calling? I mean, this is unlucky. That's fine. And what about this hand? Against 3-bet, I'm gonna muck Queen 8. We need to be able to defend like 50 to 40% of hands, I think. Queen 8 suited is probably a bit too weak. We are gonna peel here though. We're gonna try to bluff this. I'm gonna take a smaller sizing. There's a couple of crazy open sizes today. Thinking what I want to do here. Do I want to check back? I think I'm going to check back actually. And so we're going to fold the king 7. If we were deeper there, you could probably call. Now we're going to c-bet. Let's see if we can go back to that bluff hand. This was it. We're going to check this. And ace 10 off, I'm going to fold this time. So we bet large and he calls. So he's calling out of position. We're going to fold this. Against a reasonable bet on the flop. So we can assume he has decent hand. So top pair, is he going to do that with an 8? Possibly. So maybe ace 8. But does he have ace 8 from the small blind? Probably not. Here we're going to peel just because of the multi-way. Jack 10 seems okay. Be a lot better if it was suited. Let's see what that's saying. But this guy just owned all of us. Yeah, so when he calls that, I think we should, and plus we're holding the King of Hearts, so it's less likely he has a flush draw, but he still could have a flush draw. Don't expect him to call like a gut shot or like a straight draw out of position unless it's open ended. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Oh, I guess over the straight. So when he calls, he either has a jack or an 8, or maybe pocket 9s or 10s or something. Could have 9-10 suited. Nice check by him. On the river. Let's try to work out if this is a good bluff or not. Probably not. So at the time I was saying betting to fold out ace high, but I mean we could size down to do that. Don't have to bet that big. I think our sizing's wrong if that's our aim to bet fold out ace high. We do hold queen and a king, which works well with the jack, so you know it does remove some of his value combinations. I think we would play ace jack this way. We would play king jack this way, probably queen jack this way, but I mean, do we open queen jack from under the gun? Probably not. Um, Maybe it's not terrible as we do block some of his value, but I mean, be a bit better if that was not a heart. But I think versus small blind, it's probably better to just check this flop under the gun versus small blind. Yeah, I think if you play this again, check the flop. Obviously, as played on the turn, depending on what he does, we could definitely delay c-bet the turn for sure with overpairs, aces, kings, queens, stuff like that. I mean, ace jack would be betting flop. Well, I don't like the way I played that. Anyway, let's continue. Kind of want to fold, but it just seems criminal to fold here, so we're gonna complete. Flop an open ender. And I think now we just overbet. And now we check. And how much do we raise by? Do we jam? Yeah, fuck it, let's jam. Oh, yes, let's go. He finds a call with a set of twos. Not sure about that jam. Worked out though. Feeling slightly off mentally today. Feeling like I'm going to be playing a bit too aggressive, so we need to tone down the bluffs, I think. Okay. I mean, if we're going to pick a hand to jam, then nuts is a pretty good one, but okay, so we're calling 9 into 27. So we're getting aces. Getting 3 to 1's got to be right 25% of the time. We have position. It's probably okay to call this. Don't flop well. Okay, against a jam, easy fold. Didn't work out that time. On a queen, 6 queen, flop. I think I like a check with aces exactly. I mean, we're definitely not raising, but we're not folding. And then versus a queen river. It's going to be a tough one if he jams here. And I feel like it's more likely he's a queen this sizing. Bluff. If he's going to bluff, he's going to choose a bigger sizing, but maybe he's trying to level me by choosing this sizing. I'm not folding. If he has a queen, fair play. Okay, nice hand. Okay, so we flop trips. Do we want to check raise this turn, or do we want to lead? I think without a spade, we want to lead. I'm going to pick large sizing. And we boat up on the river. Do we want to check to him? I think he's likely to check back his aces. I don't know what to do here. Maybe I do check. So we lose versus ace-9, not aces. We're going to put in a raise. Not going to go for shove here. Oh my god. He could be doing this with any 9, so we have to call. If he has ace-9 or aces, unlucky. Split pot. Here we go then. I think this sizing we have to fold. Yeah, we're going to 3-bet the queen king. I feel like I want to call here. Guy from United Kingdom. Yeah, we're going to do it. Definitely have a leak here, for sure. I've done this numerous times whilst recording, and every time we get owned. And here we're going to fold. Yeah, we're going to 3-bet the 10s. We are deep stacked, so let's see what he does. Don't think we want to be shoving 10s 200 big blinds deep. Don't think that's a thing. Don't think we can fold. So we're going to call. Pray for a 10 on the flop. King high is not what we wanted. It's difficult to play these now out of position. Expecting to bet this for a very small sizing. So against this sizing, I think we're going to fold. I was tempted to peel against 25%. Not sure about this spot. Trying to think of what semi-bluffs we're ahead of the. I mean, we're losing to King Queen suited. We're losing to Ace King. We're losing to Jacks, Queens, Kings. The only thing we beat really is pocket nines or eights. I mean, if he's ever four betting those, which is probably not. Don't expect him to have a flush the way he's played this hand, so we're just gonna bet. Fold to a raise, and so we've raised under the gun. It's come pretty good for us, I think, uh, versus a big blind limp. We're going to bet small. Don't think he has many kings, but he's more likely to connect with the 10 than Jack. So we could bet small again. I lose now to the ace of diamonds. Do I expect him to call with a worse diamond? I think I'm just going to check. This could be a bit too weak. He could have ace ragged diamonds though, for sure. I'm going to check. No, I'm not sure about that one. Do have some turns which we like, but I think we're going to check back. Similar hand to the one we played earlier, where he flattered with Queen Jack from the small blind. With the King of Spades, I think we're going to call. Play rivers. And I think now we're just going to bet as if we have a queen. Is this a good bluff candidate though? I mean, we are blocking some value hands of queens. He's not likely to have sevens. We block a flush. We can bet now versus Jack 10 and 9-10 and stuff. Pocket 10's is gonna call for sure. I think calling from the small blind there gonna be a bit stronger than I'm anticipating. Do we want to complete with the Queen 5? Might be a bit too loose. Flop a set. I think as we don't hold a club, we're going to bet this one. And we're going to size up. Hit the perfect card. Question is, do we bet or check? I think as we're in position, we should bet. And I think we're just going to go for a big sizing. just because we have a good hand. It's calling 9-10 here, too loose. Honestly, don't know. Well, it seems to have worked out okay so far. Gonna size up slightly for protection versus diamonds and overcards like aces. And here, with hearts, we're gonna check. And we're gonna do a little cheeky check raise. I think I expect to lose a lot to an ace here, but we'll see. Yeah. We're gonna call. It's a bit of a loose flop call for sure by him. The size I chose. Does he have hearts? No, I see he has backdoor hearts actually, it's fine. I think with backdoor hearts specifically, the call there is fine. It does have some interaction with the 7 as well. Against a weaker player, not playing 100 bigs, we're going to put in a 3-bet. We're going to fold the 9-10. Just because we are deep bet, I'm going to raise. We got an okay hand, I mean, it's not great. And against Tiny Shove, same hand, looking for hearts. We're going to check this back. Going to put a raise here for sure. Looking for a call from Ace of Hearts. So now boats beat us, and flushes that he already had beat us also. So I don't think he's calling with anything worse. Is he calling with 2 pair? Do I think he's ever going to call me with maybe King Jack, 9 Jack? Maybe. This might be a bit nitty. I'm going to check back. Same hand. I wasn't thinking about bluffing him off the same hand there. Just didn't seem like a thing. Is this mic? Yeah, the mic's on. Right, so we put in a small bet versus a small raise versus a limp. I believe it was a limp or maybe a small. Comes 8, 9, 10. He definitely could be limping with 8s or 9s. More likely Jack 10 or stuff like that. We're going to call, obviously, top pair. Could be limping with hands like 9, 10 as well. We do block 9, 10. There's 2 9s on there, which is less likely. You could be doing this with a flush draw. I think we just call. Don't think we need to raise yet. Sizing each chosen feels like a busted flush draw to me. Oh, he has king queen. He's milking us. Don't know. I'm gonna call, holding the king with no spades, but I'm not sure about this. Queen 10. What? Wait, what? Let's check this out a sec. So the guy limps. We raise the 4 big blinds. He flats queen 10 off. So he has a queen and a 10, no spades. And he donks. I think my normal strategy versus a donk, I have top pairs to and decent back doors, is to raise to 3-bet, so I'm not sure why I didn't do that. Anyway, we call. Comes a 9. I think the type of hands he's going to have when he uh, limp calls are going to be hands like Jack 10, Jack 9, Queen 10, small pocket pairs, maybe Ace rag suited, stuff like that. Don't expect it to be like super strong. I mean, I don't expect him to donk 2 pair or better. So I think my hand's still good on the flop. When the 9 comes, it's a bit different because he could definitely have a 9 here for sure. What does he do? He bets again. I call because I'm blocking 10-9, which is one of his combinations. Jack comes, and he bets small again. I mean, this bet to me just felt weak. Felt like he was just didn't know what to do and just bet sizing because he maybe with a busted flush draw. We do hold a 10 again, which blocks 7-10 for a straight. It blocks queen 10 for a straight. Still holds 2 pair king kicker. I mean, he could be a player that has like king rag here, king 5 suited. What are we getting? We're getting 3-1. We need to be right 25% of the time. I don't know. Feels like a call there for me. Let me know what you think. Debating whether to 3-bet this. I think I am going to this time. Sizing up slightly because we have a caller. Decent flop. Going to start with small bet, as usual. Thinking of folding ace 10 here. And we get a call. Now, I feel like we'd size up and blast this turn with an ace, with ace king. The speedy call that turn feels like he has maybe either ace king or maybe pocket pair like queens or jacks. Block jacks and tens. I think we just give up now. Ace 4. Wow. As played, I don't think that guy's folding a river jam anyway. Because if he's calling flop and turn with that type of hand and he improves on the river, they nearly never fold. Bonkers. Absolute bonkers hand, that is. So we're getting absolutely rinsed again. I think we've been pretty unlucky, to be fair. Against a weaker player, I'm going to 3-bet him. We're going to bet small here. Oh, unlucky for us, we get owned by this guy. We could, for sure, put in a back jam as a bluff. We're holding an ace, which makes it less likely we have an ace. Does seem like a good spot for us against this guy, so we could be putting on the pressure here. So I'm gonna jam this in. Nice, we're ahead. But that's the way I run, unfortunately. We were right on the money there. Read the spot completely right. Just the cards fell the wrong way, as per usual. So we're only a slight favourite on the flop. Still, 60-40 is it's very good odds. Absolutely insane call by him, mine with King Jack suited. I mean, he's getting crushed there nearly every time. I mean, my worst holding ever. I mean, I did that as a bluff with ace 8, and he's 60-40. So, whenever I have any decent hand, he's going to be, even more crushed. So, crazy call. The guy just got lucky. I think we're going to be ahead of his cutoff range quite often, so we're going to raise. Going to fold the a7. I think ace 9 suited is a 3-bet in this position. Let's change this to today. Just checking out the graph for today on the other monitor. Which shouldn't really do mid-session because it can affect your play. But I'm just interested. I think 9's here, we don't really want a flat, so we're going to put in a raise. Sizing up. So our all-in EV for today is plus 11 cents. But we're actually running at minus $9.52. So we're running 2 binds below EV, which sucks balls. Absolutely tanking on the red line today, though. We've chosen some pretty iffy bluffs, as per usual. And then we ran poorly in the all-in spots. Do we want to jam this? Well, we don't want to fold. Don't want to fold either. I don't know about this. I'm gonna jam. Maybe playing ace king position's better. Snap called with the kings. Oh, I didn't press. Run it twice. Ace. No Barry Greenstein. Anybody been checking out the poker high stakes poker new season released last night on Poker Go? I haven't checked it out yet. Actually, got to pay a sub. I think it's like 15 quid or something. So I don't know. I'm gonna work out if it's like every week because the sub is per month. So depending on how many episodes there are, I might buy 1 month in a few months time and just binge the whole series rather than keep paying each week. Yeah, I think that ace king was a bit of tilt. I mean, playing with a strong hand like this in position can't be terrible. Plus your hand's going to be slightly... Hand's going to be deceptive, I suppose. I mean, he's going to fold out. If I jam there, he's folding out ace queen. He's folding out ace jack. He's folding out king queen. He's folding out all the hands I want to play against. So jamming. I'm only left with his top of his range when he calls. So I'm left with... Here we're going to barrel. I'm not choosing a overbet on the turn. I'm just going to choose a large size. We're going to barrel the river if no club comes. So we river the nuts. I think now we just jam. See if we can get a call from 5-7. Checking back 6. I mean, the 10 interacts with a lot of cards, So like Queen King, Queen Jack, any like random heart he has. So a 6 could definitely still be ahead. We do have a gut shot to a straight, so I think calling this small bet is okay. Queen, not a great card, obviously. When he checks, expecting to have picked up some sort of one pair hand. I think we lose. 5's alright. I think you want to size up on that. If you're him with pocket 5s there, if you're going to be betting. Maybe not, it might be wrong. Don't flop anything here. I think this interacts with his range a bit better than mine. We're going to check back. I mean, the ace is nice, but again, he can definitely hold an ace for sure. I think we're just going to give this one up. What hands do we beat? I mean, we beat like similar hands like ours, like 9-10, Queen 8 maybe. Don't expect him to fold any pair if I bet, so we're just going to check. Okay, so we beat 8-9. I thought we had a little bit of showdown value there. Scrap this. We're going to see bet that small. I think 3-betting this might be okay some of the time. He seems to be a weaker player, so I'm going to call. If he had 100 bigs, probably going to fold that hand. Flop 2 pair. Against a weaker player, we're just going to bet. Try and get some money in. I think calling the 10 jack here is fine. We're going to fold the 9-10. We're going to fold this. We don't have many kings that we flat from the big blind. Going to check. Try and win against king high. I mean, we have nut potential versus a queen, so I think betting quite big's okay. So what I mean by that is if he has queen 10 and a 10 comes off, we obviously have the highest straight. I think we check this back now. If he has queen 10, I expect him to barrel, so I don't think he has queen 10. Does that mean I want to fire now? I'm not sure. Maybe a barrel here is correct. This guy just owned me completely. I'm not folding. We just need to pray for a 10 now. Strange way for him to play Queen 10 though. We're gonna fold with Jack 3. Well, any 10 now makes a straight. So 10 Jack makes a straight. We beat King Jack only. That's it. We block King Jack, so we have nothing. Should have checked back the turn, but didn't understand his bet. But he went for the double check raise. Fair play to him. Got absolutely owned. It was a double check raise, wasn't it? Yeah. What a sicko. Double check raise. I think that was a Jack 10 type of hand, actually. Double check raise. 9-10, Jack 10. And he got there on the river. Especially with the speed that he jammed it in. Seems like a 10 there. Don't think he had Queen 10. I'm gonna fold this. We are getting insane odds, but I mean it's a rubbish hand. We're gonna 3-bet this fella. Decent flop. Feel like I'd check this with most of my range, but I'm gonna. Well, we're not folding now. I'm gonna bet this one. We lose to jacks a lot, but we're gonna get shot. Overpair. 2-pair. So we're looking for a 6, a 10, or a 9. Or a heart. Get in. Okay, we get some run good, which is nice. Might turn this video into a highlights video actually, just for fun. Raising the pocket eights. I think we can call this. Choose position. We haven't. He hasn't raised massively. Bink. Come on now, let's. I should have checked that back. Thinking about raising versus the fish. This guy has folded a lot to my 3 bets previously. Getting closer to our all-in EV now. All-in EV is minus $2.52. We're currently at minus $7.58. Follow the Queen 9. Try and find a better spot. Can't believe he flopped a set in a 4-bet pot and didn't get anything. Nice, getting 8s quite a bit. I mean, this board is pretty good for the cutoff, so we're gonna. I mean, this guy never has any sets, any straights, any 2 pairs. I mean, he has Jack 9, but he doesn't have like kings, queens, 10s, king, queen, ace, jack. Doesn't have the top end, so bombing the turn there seems okay. Versus this size in, I think we just muck. I think we'd be level if I hadn't tilted off the stack with ace king. I mean, the other hands have all been bad luck, but that ace king is definitely not correct play. I mean, it does make the hand easier versus queens and kings, queens and jacks, but I don't think 5 and L player pool are necessarily playing jacks or queens like that. A call this time. I feel like folding. Not much there we can do, I don't think. Gonna be raising this versus a min bet. I think we could probably bluff this now. And then against that we just fold. Oh, just checking out the window. Gonna fold that. Okay, we're against the small blind, and it's come this. I think we want to bet quite big. I think this guy can have tens, jacks, 10 jack, queen 10. Don't think he has queens or kings, but he definitely has hands that interact with that board for sure. I think that's too weak to open under the gun. We're going to complete here, 10 jack. Pretty deep. Against a weaker player, against the cutoff, we're going to 3-bet. We're going to call with a 10. We go back doors. We unblock flush draws for sure, which is not good now on the turn. So we're going to let this one go. I mean, 6 of clubs or spades come, I'd be more inclined to call. Second set of 8s. I don't think we want to check this back. There's too much stuff that can happen on the turn, and we want to size up. I think we want to pick a big size, so I'm going to go for pot. 9 gets there. Does that mean I want to bet? Is he going to lead a 9? How many 9s does he have? Is he more likely to have flush draw? I think we still want to bet. Full 20 raise. And now we just check. Pray he has 2 pair or busted queen jack or something. I think we lose for straight some of the time as well. Nice. Busted queen king is what I meant. So this is against the same guy that we've raised. It's in a same position. I'm going to do it again. Got a slightly better hand this time as well. Fold the 5s. Not ideal, but it's not terrible either. This guy folds again, which is nice. Okay, let's pick up kings on the button. Against these guys super deep, I'm feeling like one of these are going to want to put in a raise if I flat call. So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do this often, but I think in this particular instance I'm going to try and induce a raise here. I think we're going to check back now with a weak ace. This is an easy call. Unlucky for us. I think that was played fine. Plan seems to have worked. Let's see what this guy does. Folds. Flop would have come ace high anyway, which would have sucked. We're not folding, we're blocking top of his range, we're blocking ace king. So we're gonna call. Where's this guy from? Russia. And against this sizing, do we peel again? Peeling again, I don't think is terrible, but I think I'm going to fold this time. I just feel he's going to check a lot of his aces on 5 of spades. Maybe you wouldn't. Yeah, let's just fold. Okay, so we flop. It's going to come with a standard c-bet. Wishing this guy raises. Doesn't. I think we're going to do the same thing again. Try and induce a raise. Okay, it's a limp there. I think my ace is doing okay. Not great, but might have been worth a raise. Against a limp and an ISO. This guy is a reg. See him about. Could re-ISO for sure. We've got a bunch of wicked players. I think we're going to fold. Checking this back. And now with the king, we're going to c-bet. King of diamonds. Going to c-bet. As a bluff, obviously. Don't think we can give this guy a spin. I just think 10-7 off is just playing too poorly against anything. So we're going to fold. I mean, even 10-7 suited is not amazing. Let's check this back. We're going to call. And here, I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to start with a small bet. Blocking some of the backdoor flush draws. I mean, we have an out now to the stone cold nuts with a royal flush. So we're going to bet. I think we fold this. Not sure. I think I've tanked too long now, so I'm going to fold. Going to check this back now. Try and win. I mean, we do beat some hands, but we could lose this as well. But don't think we need to bluff. Jack 10. Pick up a flush draw. I don't think I like a raise. I think we're just going to call. 9-10 gets there. if he was semi-bluffing that. But against that sizing, we're gonna raise. Not sure how much. I think that's fine. Okay, snap called. Maybe could have sized up a bit. What did he have? Ace jack. I know I have a tendency to play my flush draws on the turn as a check as a raise. So maybe the play pool does as well. I'm not sure. So just calling there might be good a lot of the time. Ace queen. We're raising this as a bluff. We're looking for a fold. We're blocking the top of his range, and we should be ahead of this guy. So we're blocking ace ace, blocking ace queen, blocking queens. We unblock kings, which is not good. So we're looking for a fold from this guy. He calls, so don't think he has kings. Definitely doesn't have aces. Could be jacks, tens. Could be ace king, but I expect him to re-raise ace king some of the time. So I think we might be ahead of this guy. I mean, not ahead as in now. I think with no hearts, we're gonna bet. What sizing to choose? Small's probably optimal. Nice. Must have folded tens or jacks there or something. King jack. I think I'm gonna choose this as a raise. Probably do this maybe, I don't know, half the time. Don't think it's a pure raise. Come on, Tima, do something. Get a call. With the king of diamonds, we're gonna check back. Expecting to bet this quite a bit. We're gonna call. I don't think we need to raise because he's only gonna be calling us with a jack or better. So if we call, we could induce a bluff on the river. 9 is probably one of the worst cards because 8-10 gets there. I mean, ace would have been worse, obviously. I'm gonna call. Don't he could be bluffing this with anything, so we're gonna call. Well, he has the flush. I think he should be sizing up with a flush there. It's forever the calling station. Easy life when you flop. We're gonna. I don't think ace-9 off plays that well out of position, so I'm gonna raise the bluff. We're gonna play standard. We're gonna c-bet for sure. Blocking ace-10 and 9-10, which is nice. Trying to get a fold from king, queen, and queens and stuff. And against this on the flop, I think he's pretty weak. So we're going to shove as a bluff. Nice. And he gets through. I mean, if he has set of tens there, he's calling every day of the week because the 3 and the 2 does not interact at all with my 3-bet range. So he's going to want to call his, maybe he has pocket threes there and he wants to raise that. That seems plausible. But to me, I don't think a 3-bet on that flop is any good, personally. Okay, should we flop an ace? I think we're going to start with a small bet on this flop. We flop top pair with a gut shot. I think I'm going to raise this flop. I'm going to go wild with it. Just a small raise. Got some decent turns. I mean, we can improve to an 8 to a straight. We can have, a spade turn, 2 pair and stuff like that. Versus weaker player, I think we just call versus that ridiculous raise. Looking for 2 pair or better already. I don't expect him to be that weak, but versus check, I'm going to try and stab. Yeah, I mean, with my exact hand, I don't particularly want to check back because, I don't think I'm going to win. So, probably in a small bet there, low risk, high reward, and then giving up on the turn and river. I think versus that type of player and the check on that flop, I think it's fine. Because he's going to be check raising anyway if he has a king or something. Don't expect him to be floating. Well, we've grinded back to -$4, so just one buying. All in EV is $1. So we're still running a buying under EV, but we did get down to -$14 at one point. So we have battled back, which is nice. Wonder if we have any chests. No, nowhere near. We're going to be completing here with Queen 9. Wants to see a flop. Could have led that if I wanted to. I think we're going to click this back actually. A load of decent turns for us. This is one of them. We connect with this board much more than he does. Problem is he has a smaller stack, but I'm still going to barrel. Maybe use half pot though. I think a half pot sizing is a bit better. Saves me a bit when he does jam like this. I don't think we can call this off. Maybe it does make my check raise look weak when I bet this small. Seems like I'm trying to pay less to see the last card, which, I kind of was. But it makes my hand a bit face up that I have a flush, basically. I mean, if I have Jack 10 or 9-10 of diamonds, then an overbet would have been better. Not sure about the sizing here. If anybody was still watching, let me know what you think I should do on this spot on the turn. I think it's definitely a fold now. But is it a fold now, though? What am I calling? 54 into 100, 2 to 1 for a flush. How many? I don't know. I should have worked that out a bit quicker. Uh, just gonna call, I think. The phone went then. Nice. Similar spot against the Jack 10. This is where we flopped nines, 9 King Queen. The guy had Jack 10. I think we want to bet this. Expecting to bet his King Queen on this flop. It just gets even better now, doesn't it? Ace King gets there. Spades get there. We're gonna check. Oh my god. Oh, this is disgusting. We're gonna fold. This guy's gonna win with his king for sure, unless Magnus has spades. Okay. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. We just because of the last two hands, we've ended up down $6.48. All in EV minus $1.52. So we'll pick it up next time. I mean, if we ran a bit better in the big pots, we ran poorly because when we had sets, we didn't fill up. And then when we got in ahead, we lost. I mean, we did get lucky with the pocket tens to hit the flush on the river, which got us back on track, and we gained a bit of momentum. We actually gained about $10 and got back up to -4. But these last two hands, we've lost about $2.50. So I think we're going to book a loss. It's a bit of a longer session today, but I might change this into highlights. I'm not sure. But yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.